Okay, so I've got a story time for you, and I feel like this is important because I feel like this is where a lot of men make their mistake. Okay, so this gentleman that I have known for 4 years, I sent him. I mean, we talk back and forth. We don't live in the same state. We met 4 years ago at a job I was working, became friends, and I would consider him a friend. He sent me a message today, like, I'm interested in kind of dating you, right? And I was like, what? Like, it was so out of the blue. I was confused. And I was like, we've known each other for a long time. You've never, ever even hinted that you were interested in anything romantic with me. And the one time it was a possibility, you seemed kind of like, meh. So, like, I'm confused where this is coming from. And he was like, well, I didn't really think you would be into me. Well, he's white. He said, I didn't really think you were into white guys, and so I never really said anything. He said, but I've always been attracted to you. And he said, and now, he said, I'm older. He said, I've got a good job. I'm making good money. I've got a house, and I'm just missing somebody to share it with. And, you could come here, and, you know what I'm saying, we could do something. And I'm going, what? Like, what? I'm floored, right? So I'm going, here's the problem. You live in like a podunk town in this state. And number one, I got to go look up and see if it's a sundown town. And this is, mind you, if I'm interested. There's so many things I have to check off. And I said, number two, you're not in a democratic state. You're in, well, I mean, excuse me, you're in an area that's a little bit too Republican for me. And I said, and with the way the world is right now, that's not somewhere I want to be. And he's like, well, you know, he basically says some, as far as I'm concerned, some like white male privilege shit. Like, I don't look at the glass half empty kind of bullshit. And I was like, see, again, number two reason why we can't really date, because you don't know what's going on and you live in a different world from the one I live in. And I said, there's things, I'm not sure you can keep me safe. Because I feel like if I was dating you and some shit went down, you may not know that the shit's going down because you living in your white fantasy world. And I was like, so, like, I'm having this conversation to kind of go, because I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from, right? And so, when I said, I don't want to live in a small town, and he's in a small town, right? And he goes, well, I'm kind of confused because you're kind of living in a small town right now, like, call me goofy. And I'm thinking, like, okay, so you insulted me, number one. And number two, I don't live in a small town because that's where I want to live. I want to travel, and in order for me to travel at this age, I have to take jobs where the jobs are. And it just so happened this job that provides room and board is 2 hours from Denver, not 6 hours from a major city. And I'm not living here because I want to live in this state. I want to travel and see places I've never been, and this is the first time for me ever being or living in this state. So that's why I'm in a small town. Number three, I'm like, you not getting it. So then he says, well, if you came here, you could get a job here. They're offering this $5,000 bonus and $2,500 relocation bonus and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work. Like, you're in a warehouse doing warehouse work. I don't want to do that. I don't want to work as it is. He said, oh, well, you don't have to work. He said, I make enough money to take care of us. He said, you could just sit at home eating bonbons and watching soap operas. I was like, is it 1975? Granted, understand me. I would love to have a partner where I didn't have to work because he could take care of the bills. But would I sit home eating bonbons? No, I have a jewelry business. I would love to be able to sell my jewelry and just not have to worry about the stress of paying bills and making sure I have enough money in the bank or whatever the case may be. So that's not me. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like you don't know me if you thought I would sit at home while you worked and did nothing. then I said, you know what's interesting about this conversation? I said, we have talked many, many times, and you have said that you wanted a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever, and that you just wanted a simple life. You didn't mind working, you didn't mind paying the bills, you just like doing the hobby that you do, and you want to be free to do it as long as everything in the house is paid for. But not one time did you ever ask me when we were having this conversation about having a partner about what kind of partner I want or what I would want um, in a relationship. You never asked me. So now you're upset with the fact that what you're offering, you don't think I want it, but now you're confused. Why wouldn't I want to stay at home and not have to work? Why wouldn't I want to be, in a house that was great and had everything to offer and not have to work? You never asked me if I wanted that. And so now I get this. He didn't say this, but I felt by his response that he was going, well, what is it women want? Like, y'all all, want stuff, but then when it's offered to you, you don't want it. And I said, you know why? Because you see a woman who you're sexually attracted to. You think you might be able to be in a relationship with her, but you never ask her what she wants. You never see if what you're offering is something she would want. And so you're offering it to the wrong person, and then you get mad that she doesn't want it. Why don't you find a woman who wants what you want? So then when you offer her that stuff, she's excited about it. Like, it's, I think that sounds simple to me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think because I'm mind blown. Mind blown. I think I said that wrong, but that's how I'm. I'm so baffled. So baffled.